So if you look into this, all this what we discussed in the last time, the theoretical approaches on resource management, and specifically we look into that most of the people they come to a conclusion that uh, so they come to a conclusion that we should go for a kind of once the community participation should be more vibrant, and the community should be more involved in the participation, and because starting from the Hardins till the Olson, Ostrom, then Brumley, Whitforget, Leach, all these people have a very good discussion and all, and most of the people at the end they told that the community participation should be promoted, and the community, local community has the exactly the potentiality to manage the resources. So based on all these things, we thought that okay, community participation should be promoted. Then since 1980s, which I have already told you, the most of the state, central governments and the governments throughout the world have changed their policies, approach in development and also in resource management, and they have given emphasis on community participation. And I have told you that if you look into that, the major sense was missing earlier, because the earlier approach of development was SDD, that is called supply driven development. So in supply driven development, the authority sits at the center. Center means here not the central governments or the state governments, means the authority who is not living in the villages used to decide, because exactly the entire process of development was not the decentralized one. And you all know that the 73rd Amendment Act, which came during the pioneer was the Rajiv Gandhi, so who really developed this idea and all and implemented the 73rd Amendment Act, where the three-tier panchayat system came, and all these things was also a sense of involvement, a sense of community participation, a sense of decentralizing the authority. So that means how the grassroots interest can be promoted. That was also an intention of the 73rd Amendment Act. And here, if you look into the prior to 80s, the most of the development approach was SDD, supply driven development. Here, the authority in the center used to decide everything, what will happen. So the authority used to decide. So you see, it means if you look into the need assessment, suppose we went to a village, we went to a particular locality, whether it is urban colony or local rural area or tribal area. There, suppose we had a very in-depth discussion with the villagers, and while we are having an in-depth discussion with the villagers, we found that the villagers are having different kind of needs. Suppose the uh, villagers, if you look into, suppose the villagers feel that, suppose they are having a kind of needs, uh, so they are having a different kind of needs. So where this group can be this means their needs can be taken care. And when we discussed about their needs, we found that the villagers are having lots of needs. But you see, the major problem you see, while it was the supply driven development, the authority who is not staying with the village, who is staying outside, doesn't bother about their interest. Right? So what the authority used to do? Authority used to uh, see. I'll just is it this what is visible? A blank. What is a visible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So I'll tell you. See. Uh, what I'm telling here exactly, that whenever we are going to somewhere and we ask their, suppose we went to a village and we ask their needs. And when we ask their needs, the villagers will have a different needs. Suppose we ask their needs, what exactly you need. Suppose they told that drinking water is their problem of drinking water. Means their village is not having drinking water. So then we ask what are the other issues. They don't have primary school at village. Their students are going to some other area. Then third, suppose they told that we don't have health center nearby. We are going too much distance. We don't have electricity. We don't have electricity. And then they told that okay, we have also other problem. We don't have road connectivity. Means throughout the season we don't have road connectivity. I told these are the 5 needs. See, when all these things were not there, so when the supply driven development there, that is called SDD, that is supply driven development. When supply driven development was our approach, supply driven development was the approach. So there, what exactly was happening? The person who is sitting on the center. So here means you see the person who is sitting in the center, and if you look at the here and here is community. Here is community. The completely the what was the approach? The approach was that one second. So here okay. Here if you look at the approach was like this. Means the center is to decide everything. So here what the center will give, the community has to accept it. Means everything, the policy, plan, program, your requirement is to be decided by the authority. Means the authority who is outside your area, who has no knowledge about your locality, is to decide what exactly you needs. It is not that they bother about your requirement. Suppose you what they did, suppose you as a villagers having these are the requirements in your locality, you don't have these are facilities. So but all of a sudden you found that in your village they started plantation activities. Will you be happy with this if they start the plantation activities near to an area? And what is their intention? They will tell that okay, we will provide a very good climate to this area, and we will provide an alternative livelihoods, and we will generate the forest in this area. Through that, once the forest will be developed, these people will have will get another source of livelihoods. Will you be happy? The next day, they started giving through Ujala scheme, or they started giving the gas to, because they found that almost all the households in your locality are poor. They started providing the gas. Will you be happy? Do you feel the villagers will be happy here? Hello? Are you getting my point or not?
Sir, could you please repeat it again? I couldn't hear because the voice was breaking.
What about others? Are you able to hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You're audible.
Are you getting me what exactly I am telling? I told.
Yes, sir.
The community is having, these are the requirements of the community. Getting my point? The community needs, these are the requirement of the community. But generally, what the government did, what the authority did, they started plantation activities. They started giving some gas to the households. Do you feel the community will be happy with this, all these things?
No, sir.
Because
No,
because these are the things not much required for them. Because these are the requirement You see, these are additional requirement you may give, but exactly they don't have much needs for these things. Get my point? So the community could have happy if the government could have given something out of this. Okay. But nowhere their voice is being heard, not their representative, neither the MLA nor the MP, nor the Jila Parishad members, nor the. So these are the peoples who could not able to take their voice to the center. So these are the people who could not uh, able to send their requirement to the authority. So that's why the main intention which we feel that the community could have benefited didn't happen. No. So then what we did, these are the supply driven development. This approach was mostly the prior to 1980s. So now what happened? So the other approach came. That's called CDD, community driven development. CDD, community driven development. Getting about the community driven development came as a new approach. What is the community driven development? Here the priority was being given. We'll go in details. The priority is being given to the public, to the local peoples, and where the voice of the locals is being prioritized, where the voice of the people is being started to hear, or the voice of the people is being heard. So getting my point. So means what exactly the local people need, what the people living at the grassroots is having the requirement, that requirement is being reflected. So which is better, which is being taken care better in a better way. So that's why the CDD is becoming more a kind of vibrant and more a kind of functional. So here, if you look into that this so supply-driven development, the voice of the community was not being heard. So that's why whatever the authority, whatever was used to give, the people living at the grassroots level has no option but to accept it. So that was the major problem. But here, what exactly happened? See, we now, as a part of the development initiation, what they did, the government sent a team for the need assessment. And in the need assessment, what we did, we went to a village and asked the people exactly when, if you, as you are not here, otherwise I could have taken to you people to a village and could have asked you that to do the need assessment for the villagers. So here what we are doing now, we are doing a need assessment. We went to the village and we did a need assessment here. What the need assessment we are doing? We will ask the people that I'm not so smart in this computer and all, otherwise I could have drawn immediately the different kind of diagram and shown to you. So so here we are doing the kind of need assessment we are doing now. So what the need assessment will do here, you see, suppose then we ask the people exactly what is their requirement, and here, so the villagers told us about the requirement. So, and then we started telling them that, okay, so you have lots of requirement, but you have to make it a kind of the means, no doubt, definitely you will have a different kind of requirement, but at the same time you should prioritize the requirements. Okay, so how to prioritize this requirement? So that also have to be very clear. Okay. So we have seen that the villagers See, is it visible, this diagram?
Yes,
Hello.
sir.
See,
Yes, sir.
this is the person who is here the central authorities here. This is center, and this authorities here. So here, what we ask them? We ask them that okay, you first. They told that it is we have a health center. Ask them, so they have a health center. Here they told that they need a school. So they need electricity. These are so many needs they have. Electricity. Then they told that they also need some road to their village. They don't have proper road. So then they told that drinking water is also very much problem in there. Drinking water. So what we did here, we see now you don't bother. Now suppose what you can do. These are they told their requirement. We ask them what are your requirement, then they told us these are their requirement, and the central means what exactly they expect from the authority. What they ask from the authority, because we went to a village or to a colony or to a locality, we asked what are your requirement. They told we need a road in the village, we don't have proper road. They told we need the electricity because this is a very much problem in our area. Then they told we need a health center because we don't have proper health facilities in our locality. We have to walk down very long. Then they told we don't have any proper drinking water facilities in our locality. We are depending on the local pond and other one borewell. So, but there is no well, no pipeline, water facilities and all. So these are the requirements, which was not in the case of supply driven development, but these are the case which under this community driven development we ask the people what exactly your requirement. So what we did then, we asked the people and prepared a micro plan here. And here what we did, once we had a discussion here, so then we told them that okay, you make a kind of prioritize, because you see the government has a limited fund. So we told them okay, you prioritize your requirement. So what they did, they prioritize their requirement. So what was the requirement they prioritize? So then uh, they prioritize. They have a 5 requirement. Right? So we told them that you prioritize your requirement. So now the villagers are doing prioritizing their requirement. So now we tell them, okay, you prioritize your requirement, and they did the prioritize. So here you see, so what we are doing now, so we are bringing, so now the villagers are bringing one requirement. Are you getting my point? What exactly I am trying to show you?
Yes, sir.
Can you tell me what is their first requirement?
Sir,
Drinking
drinking
water.
water.
They are fast, basic, the most requirement.
Drinking water, sir.
Anybody? Can you numberize? Can you numberize what is their first requirement?
Health.
Number one, I am telling. You see the diagram and tell me number one requirement.
Sir, drinking water, then health center, electricity,
No.
then
No. See, the first if you look into the distance, from center to distance, school is less.
School, drinking water, health, then
See, first
electricity,
is,
road.
see, now we'll numberize. The first is school.
School, drinking water.
First is
School, school,
then second is drinking water.
drinking water, health, electricity,
Third is health
Health.
center, they need. Okay.
uh,
Then fourth is electricity. Fifth one is
road.
Huh? So their requirement is now, first requirement is there is not having a primary school. Okay. But what the government give here? Government did plantation activities and provided gas. So the next year, what the government did? Government started constructing road to the village in the supply driven development. Will the people happy much? Huh?
No, sir.
No.
So that's why the community driven development once did, then we did the need assessment, then what will happen? We communicated to the local and district administration that this village these are the major problem in this village, and the basic problem is there is not having a school. So then the district administration intimated this same thing, the block administration, then the district administration intimated this to the government, state government, and then through state government, because primary education is also comes under the central government. So they intimated to the center with a proposal that these are the, suppose in the state of Odisha, there are 100 villages which are not having any primary school. So kindly the government can think of sanctioning 100 primary school to these villages. Then suppose the government depends upon and they release that okay, there will be this time in the state of Odisha, suppose there will be 30 primary schools, and then suppose fortunately this village got the primary school. So you see now their need that primary school is being done. Will be the villagers happy or not? Hello.
Yes, sir. They will be happy.
The villagers will be happy because their requirement is being fulfilled. Okay, their requirements is being fulfilled, and the government gave the school, primary school to them. So what helped them to get the school here? What helped them? What helped them to get a school here? Hello, these are very practical things. If you are here, I could have taken to the village, could have done this. So what this approach, this CDD, this community driven development approach helped us. You see, suppose now you think a very practical, from a very practical sense. We thought of going to a village, doing the need assessment for the villagers. So we all, suppose we all 30 students along with me, we went to a village and we reached there. Then we suppose has already given a prior communication to the local sarpanch or to the ward member or the village chief that we are coming to your village. as we are going very short-term visit also, we could not have able to communicate them. Suppose we all of a sudden we reached at their village. Then we started having a discussion with the villagers. Then the villagers, we asked them, what are the major problem you are facing in the villages? Then they told these are the major problem we are having in the villages. So then we thought of, okay, we'll do it. So then what do we ask them? So we ask them that, so because you see generally the major problem is um, in the rural area, when I'll teach you the PR, I'll tell you. So in the rural area generally, specifically rural and tribal area, if you ask them prioritize their need, so they may not tell in the manner of numbers. So what you can do, you can just make a kind of small kind of diagrams, or you can carry some seeds, you can carry some stones, and with different colors. And suppose they ask, you ask them what are the major problems. So then they told, we don't have any health center, we don't have any, we have major problem with electricity, we don't have electricity connection to our village, we don't have proper road communication, we don't have a school, we don't have drinking water facilities. So what you do, you think that these are one on stone. Okay. If they told, okay, we don't have drinking water facilities, you write in your paper that, okay, the color yellow is for drinking water, the stone color yellow is for drinking water, the red is for road, red is for uh, we are doing it now. Suppose we give a yellow here, we then yellow is not visible, forget. Suppose we gave it a blue color, necessary violet, purple color. Then we suppose let's school to be blue, health center red, electricity suppose we gave the orange color, and road connectivity we gave suppose green color. So these are the, now how many colors we have now? 5 colors. So friends, so we started giving these 5 colors. So what we did, so now accordingly what we did, we have to change the our colors here. So anyhow this will not be visible, forget. So what I am telling, so now okay, so here now what happened, so we are with a different 5 stones with 5 colors, and the first stone, and whatever they told, we kept all the stones. So then we kept a center, we kept some another stone in the center, and we told them what is the most priority, you keep closer to this stone. So what they will do, what are their, suppose first they will keep the school very closer to the you tell them that this color, the color for drinking water is purple color, for primary school it is blue color, for health center is red color stone, for electricity is orange color stone, for road connectivity is a green color stone. So what they will do, and you tell them this is my, I have kept a stone here, and whatever is you feel it is very required for your village, you keep those first very close to the this stone. So then they will keep first the school, they will bring the primary school and keep here. Then you ask them, so what is the next requirement, keep little distance from the center. So then they will do that, then next or little distance, then or little distance, then or little distance. So like that you will see they will keep all the color stones here, and from that you can read and you can document that, okay, these are the green color, okay, it means then it's school sorry, primary school they need. Sorry, the blue color is here, they need primary school. Okay, the second is the purple color is here, so they need a drinking water facility. Then third, you see that okay, health center is here, so means red stone is here, so that means they need a health center. So then they found that okay, the orange color is here, so means they need electricity. Okay, green color is here, they need road connectivity. So means road connectivity is their last requirement. The first is the primary school. Got my point now? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Can you do it in the village? Now you understood how to do? Anybody? Any doubt?
No, sir.
So, anybody having doubt over this? Please tell me. Otherwise, because once you will get into the development sector, because now need assessment is very important in all development sector. So if you any of you who will join immediately after your PG in a development sector, who is not having interest in higher education, so definitely they will be engaged in this PRA techniques, which I will teach you, don't worry. And also this need assessment. This need assessment is very required. So can you do need assessment?
Yes, sir.
So for my lab class, what you can do, all of you, wherever you are, can you do a need assessment, taking some students and send that picture? You can take seed, you can take stone, you can take anything, anything, not necessarily needed also color. You can take anything, any kind of. We sometimes we take also different seeds, rice, paddy also we take. Then we take the other so many different seeds, papaya seeds or so many seeds people used to take to the village, and then they used to tell them these are the seeds for so then they will keep the seeds and tell that this is my this seed is papaya seed is kept for health center. Then this pineapple, sorry, what is that? Jackfruit seed is kept here for road. Getting my point? So you can use all this also. Is it possible in whoever? Even you can do at your home. Tell your parents to sit and ask them what their need at house. What is the first priority? Whether fridge, TV or furniture. Getting my point? So
Yes, sir.
because these are the things which is very important once you get into any development sector, the need assessment. Because the major problem was that we see we are all suppose you see when the new education policy came, why the government kept this in the site for a longer periods, the draft policy, why the government consulted lots of peoples before bringing this policy. Do you know that when during the Congress government in UPA, I think one or no UPA two more probably, when Jairam Ramesh was the Minister of Environment and Forest, and during the time there was a kind of very big movement that to implement this BT brinjal in India, and for that the Jairam Ramesh went throughout the country also, and here lots of people throughout the country, and heard to the farmers, he heard to the NGOs, he heard to other civil society, then did lots of public hearing, and from that he found that okay, the mood of the nation is not in favor of British brinjal, so he rejected the proposal at the end. So that's what I'm telling you. See, when our present education minister and also our present government, when they want to implement this new education policy, So what they did, they kept this the draft policy in the website. They invited the different comments. Then they organized different deliberation throughout the country. Huge deliberation held at the different levels. Then receiving up all these comments and all, they started the formulating and implementing the new education policy. And they know that the implementing this new education policy is quite difficult in the country like India, because we are completely reviving our education system, like we are getting into like a foreign education system. So for which it will take, so that's why they kept around 15 years, 2035. By the time the new education policy will be completely implemented in the country. So that's what I'm telling you. See, these are means, you see why all this thing happen, because earlier the government used to impose everything on us, but today, as we are more giving emphasis on decentralization, democratic process through which the people's voice are being heard. So, that's what I'm telling you. The need assessment is becoming a very requirement in all development sectors. And specifically, if you look into also in the resource management, the need assessment is very important, because unless and until we understand what exactly the problem people are facing, what are the resources available in the locality, and then so we cannot debate on this. So you see, whenever we are going to any kind of locality, so what we do also under PRA, we do the resource map also, because on idea that what are the resources available in that locality. So I'll stop here. So then I hope you understand the basic things, and then we'll discuss in the next